Hi and welcome. Today's question is, how do I stop my dog pulling? And this is something that we find is a really common problem, and it's really due to the very first interaction a dog has with a collar and lead. Done incorrectly and the dog learns bad habits very quickly. Done correctly and the dog behaves very well, and that's really important. When you're teaching a dog to walk, I always suggest using a slip lead or a martingale collar. That is your best bet. They communicate extremely well with your dog, so there's a really good communication going on between you and your dog through the lead and through the collar with one of those on. A flat collar is there essentially for tie-outs and for a dog that is exceptionally well behaved. So once you get to the dog, you should always be aiming to get your dog onto a flat collar. Whether it ever does or not, whether you always use a slip or a martingale, for instance, the aim for a flat collar is the way to go, because it means you've got a brilliantly behaved dog if you can walk it in distractions on a flat collar. Things like choke chains, prong collars, you know, they're useful if a dog's got a really bad habit and everything else has failed. But I always suggest to people, go to the slip, go to the martingale, do the right training, and generally 99% of all dogs will come around. The odd dog where the habit's been ingrained and it's really bad and the behaviour's really bad, you may need to go those. Head collars, gentle leaders, those types of things, I absolutely detest those. They cause horrific injuries to dogs, and you hear all this bad press about choker chains and prong collars, but head holders cause the most injuries in dogs. They cause horrible neck injuries. Think about the fact that you're controlling the dog out here at the end of its face, and you got a dog that's pulling and lunging. All that pressure is twisting that neck continually. It puts a lot of pressure on the neck, causes a lot of injuries. Martingale collar or slip collar will provide really good communication. Avoid harnesses. There is no real communication through a harness, so but they really make teaching your dog to walk on a loose lead very difficult. The other thing is pressure and release. You want to teach the dog pressure and release, so the dog automatically backs off and releases pressure when it feels it on a lead. That's extremely important. And also, you don't want to ever let the dog to take one step forward in the direction that it wants to go when that leash goes tight at all. When you allow that, you're actually rewarding the dog for pulling. So you don't want to allow that at all. So have a look on my YouTube channel. I have an 11-part series on stop pulling and basic leash techniques, and it covers everything you'll need, and it'll take anything from puppies to shelter dogs, anything with a blank slate to a history of pulling. Everything's there for that. The other thing you need to stop a dog from pulling, or to help a dog pay attention to on a lead, is a really strong focus, a really strong leave it, and calming techniques. All help a dog to make the right decisions. It's no good you can teach a dog perfectly to walk beside you, but if your focus isn't good, if the dog's focus isn't really strong and you've got a good leave it command, then once you get out there on their distractions, all of that's going to fall down. So they're essential to make life easy for you. The sooner you get onto these, the sooner you implement these with your dog, the better it is. Don't let it become a habit. Hope that helps.